Skid Row is like Vegas for junkies, the country's largest 24/7 drug supermarket.
Skid Row, 50 square blocks, downtown Los Angeles.
Commander Andrew Smith is a winner. If he wasn't a cop, he'd be upper management in some Fortune 500 company. When you walk through the streets with Smith in his uniform, he runs into a lot of people he knows. Homeless people, crazy people, stinky people, people smoking crack and shooting dope.
Well, there are those people who call it the Mardi Gras on crack, is the little party that they have down here.
He loves it. Skid Row's been good to Smith. He just got promoted to assistant commander. It's a big deal. He's a good man, but when the day's done, he's still a cop, and he'll lock your ass up. No doubt about it. He's a straight-up super dope cop.
Here I come. And I roll too. Yeah, I better get ready.
I first met Chalk Nitty in the Gang Enforcement Task Force in the Central Division Police Station on Skid Row. A detective pulled up his website on a computer screen. He was a rapper, part of a crew called Snowman Click, who was slanging crack on Skid Row. Chalk Nitty was going to be a football star. He thought he was going to go to college. 10 kids, no dad, mom with a gambling issue.
I started selling rocks when I was about 12 years old.
And there was no one to tell him not to do it. He didn't see anybody who was benefiting from education. The message was clear. You're nobody and you're not going to be anybody, so you might as well get paid.
I think there's a culture of, that making money off of drugs is okay because maybe family members did it. Heck, maybe parents did it in some cases.
You know, when you're young and you see people having good things, it makes you want to get it too. I made money. I made a lot of money.
All he had to do was make pickups and drop off. I'm talking about nigga had money the size of a football.
6 Reasons has been Chalk Nitty's best friend since junior high school.
He became the man down there. He got consumed by that life, really. He got consumed by it.
It's heroin and crack and maybe a little crystal meth, but not much crystal meth. The cops don't even bother with weed down there.
They end up coming in here. They get detained in one of these 2 tanks or on the bench right here until the officers can process them and get them booked into jail.
It's a cat and mouse game with the gangsters. The cops punch the clock, arresting gangbangers selling drugs, then they go home and come back and do it again the next day. The dealers are always here. Always.
Everybody buying anything. I was just selling what the majority of the people down there wanted.
Crack-smoking junkies, dope fiends, movie stars, soccer moms, all rubbing elbows with Crips and Bloods, slanging rocks side by side. How could all of this be happening in the shadows of the financial districts in one of the richest economies in the country? Kings of industries and heads of state sleeping in silk pajamas in 5-star hotels just a few blocks away.
I done seen people come down there in suits and drop pushing up in a Lexus for some of that. You know what I'm saying? Crack don't discriminate.
In September of 2006, the mayor launched something called the Safer Cities Initiative on Skid Row. They were all over TV talking about it, all the money they were going to spend and how they were going to fix things up down here.
Safer Cities Initiative is Chief Bratton and the mayor's program or plan to help change the culture of downtown, the culture of chaos that's down here.
They deployed 50 new cops to Central Division to target drug crime and reverse something they called the culture of lawlessness. There's a lot of cameras downtown now, so dealers need to find tactically strong positions. The cops zone in on the hot spots with the cameras, and the dealers relocate.
Police told me, man, you should go home, man. You know you're selling drugs. We don't want to get you down here anymore. So I didn't listen. 30 minutes later, after they pulled me over, 30 minutes later, I get caught.
After his arrest, Chalk Nitty took a plea bargain. He got 400 hours of community service at the Power of Love Church in South LA, where he found God.
It changed my whole life. It's like changed my state of mind.
Chalk Nitty had a classic Christian conversion experience.
It made me get closer to the right person I need to be close to, which is God.
He and 6 Reasons are onto a whole new way of life. They're no longer slanging. They're making money with music. Playing gigs, selling CDs.
Go hard or go home. You ain't met a nigga like me in so long.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Again.
Thank you.
Thank you thoroughly.
Thank you. Just to be here.
Just so.
I'll never come back down here again and sell dope.
I don't got time to go to jail right now. I got 2 kids to take care of.
Needless to say, it's a struggle to stay out of it. Slagging mixtapes instead of crack, paying the bills, they both got 2 kids. Trying not to get sucked back into the life, or caught up in someone else's madness, or end up as collateral damage. It's almost inevitable. The city attorney designated 6 new prosecutors. All of a sudden, the streets looked better than ever. The place was really cleaned up.
When you look at the places that you and I know on 5th Street and Crocker where there used to be tents and people leaning against the walls and homeless people there, now all that's left on the wall there is the little black shadow of where people leaned for dozens of years.
But Skid Row's still the best place in town to get crack and dope. Best prices, all day, all night. Might be a little bit more difficult, but it's still there.
I know there's always probably going to be drugs around, and there's still going to be drugs downtown here. But if we can keep a lid on the drugs and a lid on the criminal behavior, I think we'll be successful. Knowing that the police presence is so strong downtown, there's fewer people violating the law.
At some point in time, the 50 extra cops from the Safer Cities Initiative will be gone. Most of the money from the Safer Cities Initiative is one-time money, and that'll be spent. The people who went to jail and the cleanup will be released, and the dance continues. It's been going on so long that it's hard to control and contain it. Why is it still there? Skid Row isn't a problem with an exclusively monetary solution. The roots are much deeper than that.